Hey there, guys. Good Friday morning. It's Friday the 13th. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but hopefully your day hasn't been too unlucky so far. If you have any, superstitions or anything, let us know because we will definitely circle back to that. If you have any other comments or questions about the stories that we covered this morning, go ahead, leave them here. We're going to be tight on time this morning to get back to you here in person, but I'll definitely take the time to go back and respond to you as soon as we log off. So the reason we're tight on time this morning is because we're going to be checking in on a live press conference at 9 a.m. with Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo addressing a situation that unfolded overnight. This is the scene in the southeast side. This whole thing started around 10 o'clock last night. So the first update I have for you is that a Houston police officer is in the hospital after being shot 3 times under his bulletproof vest. But again, this all started at 10 o'clock. So what we know is, according to Houston police, several suspects, 4 maybe more, carjacked someone at gunpoint. Then they beat up and robbed a priest. They took his cell phone. They also tried to shoot him, pulled the trigger twice, but the gun didn't discharge. So officers a few minutes later caught up to those guys. They busted one. Another one got in a gunfight with an officer. That's when that officer was shot. The suspect was killed in that case, and another suspect was taken into custody. Again, we're going to get that update at 9 a.m. We will do another one of these live broadcasts here on our digital streams, so check back in for that. We'll get a lot more information. You can also read the information that we have on khou.com. We have a full article detailing all of that. Up next, the live stream that you guys watched all day yesterday. Yeah, remember these guys? Those protesters who were hanging from the Fred Hartman Bridge? Well, just after midnight, Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez tweeted that all of them, all 11 of them, were removed from the bridge. They were taken into custody. They're potentially facing a couple different charges, including obstructing the roadway and obstructing the waterway. They may also be charged for a 3-vehicle crash that happened on the bridge involving the van that they'd been riding in. So a lot of you weighed in on our live poll or our live survey this morning that was asking basically, should the sheriff's office have moved in sooner, because they were up there between like 12 and 17 hours, some of them. Overwhelmingly, a lot of you said yes, but I don't know how many of you are familiar with a very similar protest that happened in Portland, Oregon a couple years back. They actually stayed up there for days because law enforcement there said, hey, protest is their right, so we'll let them stay there. You guys in our live survey did not really agree with that one, so you can let us know in the comments what you thought about this protest and if you think they achieved their goal. They wanted to highlight, the oil industry ahead of the Democratic debate, and no doubt they definitely got some views. Side note, I do think those ribbons and stuff are beautiful. And it sort of and even with the lights and stuff, it reminds me of the lights you can see on 59 that were installed around the Super Bowl. It's beautiful. So I don't know, TxDOT, maybe think about flying some ribbons as a little decoration. Next up, I want to show you, I was skipping down to a dance team video that we're going to show you in a second. But first, the TSA is reminding folks that Real ID, we've talked about it, I feel like every other day. They're reminding people to go get yours, go get your license renewed. This doesn't go into effect until October 1st, 2020, but they say you do not want to be part of this rush because about 4 million IDs aren't compliant. So in the next year, 4 million people are going to be trying to get their new license with the little gold star on there. You're going to need your birth certificate as a heads up. Be sure to check everything on DPS's website to make sure you have the correct documents to bring, because you don't want to wait in that line, that dreaded line, and then be sent home and to get documents, and you'll have to come back. So read up on that. But again, you need a gold star on your license by October 1st, 2020. Now you know. Okay, now to this dance video that I absolutely love. It's 7 minutes, so we're not going to be able to show you the whole thing here, but we have a link. You can click, you can watch the whole thing if you want to. It's incredible. All right, Jaime, let's show. Okay, so this is the very beginning.
It was an idea to bring together
these
a group
kids,
of
they're in Arizona dance team. They're all in costume. They have like fight scenes. It is absolutely incredible. 1.6 million people have watched this video so far. And a lot of comments are about, you see all those awards on the back wall for dance team? Yeah, I think you can see why. So I know 7 minutes is a long time to invest in a video, but if you have 7 minutes of time to kill, I would definitely encourage you to watch these kids just kill it. They're so good. As someone who has absolutely no rhythm whatsoever, watching people dance like this, I get chills, because that's not something my body would ever be able to do. Okay, finally, we're gonna wrap it up with Friday the 13th. Yes, also a full moon. Pretty rare. I wouldn't say very rare, but pretty rare. It happens about every 20 or 30 years. The next one isn't slated to happen until 2049. And we talked earlier this week about how like ERs, traffic, first responders, they are going to have their hands full, to be sure. Although someone commented today, they usually see the effects like a couple days after. Teachers also warned me that classrooms get crazy on a Friday at the 13th, also on a full moon. So everyone out there, just stay home. Just stay home. We had weird stuff going all through our morning show, like cameras were jumping to weird spots. I don't know. So if you have any superstitions, leave them in the comments. Forecast, there's a slight chance of showers today. Temperatures in the mid 90s. It's going to be kind of hot and dry today and tomorrow. And then a chance of showers, Cheetah says, will pick up next week. It's kind of the same pattern we've been in forever. Okay, we're going to make this part pretty quick, and I apologize for those of you who comment and we don't get to your comment, but we will jump back on here in about 10 minutes for that update on the officer shot. So, Jaime, what we got?
Well, you know.
Oh yeah, Jaime's back. Jaime's here.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm just going to jump right into the comments. Good morning, everyone, of course. Dees Garza Jr., he had just a really good comment just here. God was watching over the priest. He made that gun jam as it would not fire. And you know, I know it's horrible that we had an officer who was shot overnight in this violent crime spree, but thankfully that this priest was not shot as well too.
And that's just a wild story to me, because I think you can't help but think the same thing. Like, how'd that gun jam? And it's the same, well, we don't know if it was the same gun. Another suspect could have been armed. And here someone shot an officer not long after. That's just a crazy story.
Yeah. And of course, and Daniel says, prayers to the priest and the officer. And of course, we're thinking of both of them this morning. And as you said, we're going to get an update shortly soon on the officer's condition.
Yeah, so we're expecting to hear from Chief Acevedo as well as Mayor Turner.
I'm not sure about the mayor, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's present as well.
Gotcha. What we know about the officer, he's a 5-year veteran, 29 years old. We don't really have much in the way of condition. We know he's stable. Not a condition, but at least he's not getting worse. And we will update you. We'll probably pop back on here at about 8:55, so watch for that little notification on your computer that we're going live if you're interested in an update there. For the rest of you, I'll circle back to your comments online. Thank you so much for watching. Again, we'll have the update at 9. There will be another afternoon update at 2:15. I hope you have a great day, that nothing unlucky happens, and you have a great weekend as well.